Hey everyone, and welcome back to the SEL. So today we have a kind of an impromptu video here with the release of the Lionel catalog being today, and we're going to take a look through it. So let's get started. So as is kind of obvious, the Polar Express 20th anniversary is this year, and that is a part of the catalog, but the big engine it seems for this catalog seems to be the Hiawatha. So let's get into it. Yeah, we have, as we had released earlier or late last year, we have the Erie triplexes, and it looks like they'll be coming here in summer 24. I did not order any of these, but I'm looking forward to seeing these on some of the layouts and the groups that I follow, the Eric Siegels of the world. I'm interested to see how these work coming out of a Lionel box instead of an MTH box. And we have the super set, of course, and this is also a kind of pretty cool set. I like all the reefers here, being a fan of the Atlas reefers, so I kind of like the billboard designs and stuff like that. But once again, not quite for me. But the Burks, another another good thing coming out of this catalog. I really wanted to get a Burke this time around. I figured with the 20th anniversary of the Polar Express coming around, they would offer more Burks in different styles, but I just can't swing a Burke this time around. So I know they'll do them again in the future. So that's kind of why I'm not so gung ho on getting one now. But at some point, I would like to add a multiple Burks to my collection. The of course 765, Pierre Marquette 1225, as well as the Polar Express itself. The H7s. So I like how these look. These are actually kind of cool. I like the Vanderbilt tenders. I like the standard tenders. The short Vanderbilt is kind of cool too, but I will not be getting one of these because I do not have a layout that will support 072 just yet. But for those of y'all who do like them, I'm happy y'all get something from this catalog. But I'd be interested to kind of see this in person too. But once again, not for me because I can't run it. The 460s. So I kind of like these two. If there was to be a unlettered run at this, possibly, maybe. I'd throw the SEL on it just like I did my 280. But those of you who know me and have seen the catalog, this is if this is not your first viewing of the catalog and you know particular railroad that is my favorite, no, I might be in trouble, but we'll get to that point. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. The royal blue. So while I myself am not particularly interested in this, the I have a ON30 royal blue, which was my first model train I ever got. So it's kind of cool for me to see the royal blue in O scale, but I would rather have one that looks almost identical to the one I have before buying one that looks close to it, but not quite. I do like the passenger cars. The passenger cars are almost dead on it, but the engine is not quite. It's a little too new. But I do like the colors. I like the gold. I like the blue. I really like that shade of blue. But we'll just have to see if Lionel can actually deliver on this blue. I'm confident they can. I know they can. But we'll just have to see. And the Hiawathas. I really like the streamlining. I really like this fantasy scheme over here. I like the color combination. I like that blue. I like the silver. And I'm interested to see how the aluminum cars come out. Since I am newer to the scale side, I'm just getting into having all these really nice scale models. So I don't have any of the aluminum cars to base off of. But from what I'm hearing around the hobby and in the miniature models Discord, that these cars should be really good. The only thing keeping me from ordering a Hiawatha, because that's a good price for the Hiawatha, especially if you can find some dealer discounts, that should be a really good engine to buy. especially with the 054 curve radius. But I don't feel like spending more on the cars than I do on the engine because I can't get the Hiawatha without at least getting the 4 pack. And as that price tag shows, it's more than the engine. But like I just said, they are aluminum, and it does look like the observation car is a sound car, which I don't think Lionel's ever done a observation sound car. So that's kind of interesting to me, and it has the quillable air horn just like the Vision cabooses had from the last catalog. So as much as I would love to get the Hiawatha because I think it's one of my dad's favorite designs, but because of the streamlining, I just can't convince myself to spend more on the passenger cars than the engine itself. And we have a couple other road numbers here: number 1, number 2, and I think that one was number 4. So that's kind of cool. Another paint scheme for the passenger cars. Once again, I just don't think it would be wise to spend that much money. But if I was in a different position, maybe, but not yet. Maybe in the future if they do them again. I do like this paint scheme. It kind of reminds me of a Pensy one with the stripes, but I know it's Chicago Northwestern, so don't kill me in the comments, please. But and it's an interesting paint scheme down here too, matching other C&W cars. But once again, like I said, the Hiawatha just not for me. Seaboard, I like this paint scheme too, and the obligatory hot dog. I kind of I kind of think it fits it well. I mean, with the streamlining, it kind of lends itself to the curves and the stripes. And we finally get some passenger cars in the paint scheme. Now, I know these are specific to the Hiawatha, so you really, well, I was going to say you really might not be able to run them behind a big boy or something like that, but I mean, why not? They're the same paint scheme. I think it'd look really cool behind a big boy or a hot dog big boy or Challenger or what have you. So those of y'all who maybe get this engine, I'd like to see it run behind the other hot dog car engines too. So well, I'm looking forward to seeing that now that I'm saying it out loud. All right, so far I'm safe. So far I'm safe. The GP9s, these are kind of cool. I mean, Norfolk and Western, Minneapolis and St. Louis, Pensy, Bancorn, Arstook. I won't be getting any of these because there aren't any road names that catch my interest, but I do like the porthole. That's kind of cool looking. Conrail, Union Pacific. Got some B units in here too. Yeah, the porthole ones are B units, so that's kind of cool. I mean, once again, still nothing that quite catches my interest in any of these. Not that any of them are bad, but just so far nothing that I absolutely have to have. Now we're starting get to where yeah, I might be in trouble here. Um I'm thinking about at least snagging one of the standard NS ones because I don't have really any modern diesel in my collection as far as the legacy goes. I have one or two MTH scale. I have an Atlas P42, but that's passenger, and I have a TMCC Norfolk Southern engine, but I don't have anything legacy. So it would be good to go with the SD70 that I ordered out of the last catalog to have something to go behind it. I'm thinking at least one, maybe two. I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking at least one. But like I said, those of you who know what's in the catalog and what's on the next page. Yeah, when I realized this was in the catalog, I was like, okay, this is the one thing out of the entire catalog. If I had to only get one thing, it would be the Central of Georgia unit. And I think this is my favorite unit out of all of them, with the Savannah Atlanta being a close second, which kind of got a feeling that's going to be in the next catalog, but we'll see. I do like the Pensy one too. If I wasn't already getting one or two of the NS ones, that might be another one that I would get to, but my main focus is the Central Georgia one. I don't think I'm going to get any non powered. I might, just to help me save a little bit of money, get a super base, but I think I'd rather get two powered units so that way I have one to go behind my Georgia unit and my SD70 unit, or just two in general that I can run whenever I want. Now, this is the only other one that I'm really considering right now because I've seen the B&O unit in real life. I saw it on the way to lunch when work, which I thought was kind of strange with it being, down here in rural Georgia, a heritage unit being down here for B&O, but CSX runs a lot of service down here. We work right next to a place that has trains come by every day. I mean, there's a railroad crossing right next to where I work, so we hear trains come by every day, multiple times a day. So it was really cool to see this one in real life. So I'm really considering getting this one, but we'll see what happens. I might be able to pick it up after they come in, but I don't know. I feel like waiting just to see if they get the paint color right before I pull the trigger on it. So we'll see. With all these being new, it's really cool to see Lionel already jumping on the heritage units for CSX, as I'm sure they're going to be pumping out more. It's cool to see Lionel already jumping on the ones that are already in service. The SD45s. I like the Santa Fe one because those of y'all who know, the Santa Fe has a special place in my heart because of my grandfather's engine. But I don't really want any of these. Nothing wrong with any of them. But once again, the ES44 is really the only thing that I feel like getting in this catalog so far. But the E6 units, I've heard a lot of people are really excited about these. I like the southern set over here. I like the colors on that one. B&O looks cool. This set should be interesting because of the clear sides. Just from a technical standpoint, as someone who likes to know how these models work and likes seeing them function without shells just because of natural curiosity, it'd be really cool to see them working all the internal components without having to take the shell off. And it actually looks like it's paying tribute to a prototype. So while it won't have an actual, locomotive engine on the inside, the fact that it's paying tribute to a real locomotive that had clear sides by showing the internal electronics, I feel that's a really cool concept that I feel like Lionel should do more often, not just for a prototype's sake, but because I'm sure I'm not the only person who likes to see how these work internally. So, but yeah, the E6s look cool. I think there's a couple more on this page. You got some coaches to go with the Rock Island units and the Burlington sets. So I might know one or two people who might be interested in getting this set. I'm sure they're considering it. I won't name names, but I think you know who you are. I see the prices still look the same from the Dreyfus set. The diner car looks like it's gone down a little bit, but that's because it's only one instead of a double set. SW8s, these are cool looking. I mean, reminds me of the SW1500 that I've got sitting over there on my shelf. But once again, still not quite anything that I absolutely have to have. U28Cs. These are an interesting shape. You have the Conrail, L&N, Pensy, Penn Central, Southern Pacific, Union Pacific, and Seaboard. Still, like I said earlier, nothing quite there for me, but Lionel's already going to be getting enough from me as it is. So, all right, we're getting to the sets here. So, fast freight. We have a Burke here, some flat, some. All right, getting to the sets. So we have a Burke here with some freight cars and a sound car. So that's kind of cool. But it's also a hot box reefer, which we'll get to later in the catalog. The Atomic Energy set. So on my first flip through the catalog, I didn't think too much of it because I didn't notice it. But the set glows in the dark, which I think is kind of kind of interesting. I don't think Lionel's done a scale. Well, I say a scale set that glows in the dark, but the Halloween triplexes will glow in the dark. So that should be an interesting, set to come out of Lionel where most everything glows. And it looks like, I mean, this could be a mistake on the rendering, but this could be a glow in the dark hot box. I don't know. I mean, oh yeah, it's a freight sound, boxcar, and Geiger sounds. So it could be a play on the hot box car, but this should be a pretty interesting set. And it shows here the lights are red. I don't know, like I said, if that's a mistake on the rendering part, but yeah, flashing red interior LED. Um, yeah, I don't see if it says red or not, but that could just be, I don't know. But this should be a really cool set for those of you who order it. The City Miami set, this should be pretty cool. I like the paint scheme. I like the colors, but once again, still not quite for me. That's a good price though. Some passenger cars and some Looney Tunes cars. All right, here are the Hotbox cars. So 300 is a little much for this. Maybe you should get a pretty good discount though on dealers, but looks like it's got a volume for the sounds, legacy control, diecast couplers, curve 031. We have some milk cards to add to the collections for those of you who have them. I know you Strasbourg guys are probably happy to see some Strasbourg rep here, but yeah, once again, still nothing that I feel like I need. The Union Pacific box cars, these are still really cool. I think these are new packs. Yeah, these should be new packs from the last catalog. And you have the box car here and Freight Sounds car. But keep saying it, still nothing that I feel like I absolutely have to have. Standard Freight Sounds box cars. These are kind of cool looking. I like the gold down here or the yellow for the Burlington route. But still nothing that I feel like I need to grab. 8K gallon tank cars, some flat cars with pup trailers, some PS2 covered hoppers, and I like how in this on this particular page Lionel is selling the cars, and then on the next page it's the same cars but weathered. I feel like that's a really cool thing that I feel like Lionel should maybe start doing more often because a lot of cars, I mean, honestly look like this on real life. So it'd be cool to see Lionel start selling some of these cars with just a little bit of weathering already done. I know some people like doing their own, and that's fine. I mean, I kind of want to do that myself at some point. But having a point of reference for those who don't already know how to do it it might be beneficial. I might pick up one of these. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but let's keep on moving. We have some cabooses here, and these two down here are more vision cabooses. So you'll have the freight sounds, the volume control. Yeah, the air whistle. I wish these were uh, Vision ones too, because if that Lionel Lines one was Vision, I might take that one up. But since it's not, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I like the color. I like that Lionel is slowly incorporating a scale Lionel line stuff. We might see some pretty good stuff next year with I believe, the 125th anniversary of the company. So we should get a lot more stuff like this in the 2025 Big Book, but we'll see. We have steel side box cars. When I saw these, I was like, oh man, more Central Georgia stuff. Come on, line now, you're killing me. We'll see when they come in. I mean, these should be out enough for me to pick up when they get in. So, but yeah, I will be trying to pick these up whenever they arrive. You have woodside reefers, and if they were doing more billboard style, I might pick up more or some of them to kind of build up my collection of reefers, but maybe not this time around. 50 foot tank cars, I might pick up one or two of these packs. If I'd had to pick up one, it would probably be either the Cargill or the GATX, just to help build up my collection of tank cars. I have a few of the Atlas ones coming in, so it'd be kind of cool to have to kind of bolster that train just a little bit more. And we have two bay AAR hoppers. I know those of y'all who collect them will be adding onto your coal drags. Um, but I don't think I'm gonna get any of these because I don't have a coal train. I don't have an engine to pull a coal train. But maybe at some point I'll start collecting and then I'll have to track these down and not have any success because I didn't order them. But to those of you who collect them, I'm sure you're very happy to see these. All right, traditional sets. Starting to get to the point where I have to wait for these to render. So we have the 2.0 Burks. I have one of these. I have the Santa Fe. I don't run it as much as I used to anymore because I have scale stuff. But for those who are wanting to get more into command and control but aren't quite ready to take the plunge into full legacy, these are a really good just starting point because you get pretty much the same. Well, not quite the same. There are still obviously some features you don't get because they're reserved for legacy. But you get whistle. No, you don't get whistle. You get steam. Oh, you get stack smoke, and it's fan driven instead of a puffer. Which, when I got it out, I was really happy to finally have an engine to finally have more prototypical looking steam effects. But yeah, for those of you who are looking to start getting inching closer to command control, these Lion Chief Plus 2.0 engines are a really good place to start. You have more Genesis from last year, more schemes, more numbers, more doodle bugs, and more paint schemes and numbers. I like this B&O one. I like the paint scheme. I'm a fan of blue and silver and gold because, I mean, George Southern's where I went. Those are our colors. And I'm already kind of a big fan of blue to begin with. So this one, I like this paint scheme a lot. Got a Frozen set, a John Deere set, more Looney Tune stuff with this set, some buildings, some boxcars, Prairie Freight set with Lionel lines. I mean, like I said, I'm always kind of partial to the Lionel line stuff because my first engine was a 726 part with Lionel lines, so I'm always kind of happy when I see Lionel line stuff in the catalog, even if it is semi-scale. You got more of the 262s. Got some of the 242s. Once again with the Lionel lines. And like I said, I feel like we're going to be seeing more of Lionel lines in the 2025 catalogs, but we'll save that when we get to it. And we have the pacemaker down here as well. More FT units and ET 44s. We have some non powered ones too. TMCC speeders. I feel like some people are going to be picking these up. I don't think I'm going to be picking them up, but we'll see. I mean, probably not, but I'm looking to only do engines for now, engines and cars, but maybe at some point I'll pick up something like this. I do like the passenger cars over here for Lionel lines. Once again, with Lionel lines, that's kind of it's got a special place for me, but maybe not this time. More passenger cars in Pensy and UP. Harry Potter box cars. These are kind of cool looking with shots from the movies and Hogwarts Express stuff. Dementor's Aquarium car. Justice League stuff. Disney Collection and Angela Trial Thomas. Barbie stuff. I saw RBP was talking about this today in his girdles. He said it was game over when they saw this page. So, Chris, if you're watching this, I feel for you there, buddy. I'm sure you're gonna have to get all of them, which you may not care about because you have something to throw behind your Pit Shop Express engine in terms of matching colors and stuff. So I'm sure if you get these and you take the pet shop, these will have to make the rounds with it. You got Bob Ross stuff, Wizard of Oz. That's a kind of interesting water tower there. I didn't see that the first time around. That's kind of interesting. Mr. Rogers. And actually, now that I'm seeing it, I'm kind of surprised it's taking this long for Lionel to do a Mr. Rogers thing. Maybe we'll get a Mr. Rogers trolley in the future, but I don't know. We have some crane cars over here, some beer stuff, some pinup army stuff with a boxcar tank car, Western freight, so it's more standard O stuff, rolling stock with graffiti on it, American history cars, some personalized cars. All right, getting into the Halloween stuff. Uh, Woodside passenger cars. These are kind of interesting looking. Eerie Vision caboose. I like the double E there to kind of help differentiate from the real Eerie. I like that it glows in the dark. It's kind of a funny twist to go with your triplexes. For those of you who ordered the Eerie the Eerie triplex, I'm sure it's the same road name. You have more Halloween centered stuff that was featured earlier in the catalog. All right, getting into the Christmas stuff. So I know I said at the beginning that I won't be getting any of these, and I'm not. But I do like the red is an interesting choice. I like how it kind of flows into the passenger train, and I've heard a lot of praise about the new tooling for the passenger cars, and we'll get that to a second. But we have 20th anniversary coach, the box cars, and I think the set comes with an engine, 3 cars. Interesting. I don't think it says it anywhere, but it's kind of interesting. It doesn't come with a bell or anything like that, which I think it might. There might be a bell somewhere here, but I mean, I have one of the original semi-scale sets that came with a bell. I have no idea where the bell is, but I'm sure I'll find it someday. And we have the separate sale Burks here. Um, I think this blue here says it's Transitions. Where is it? Two special paint schemes include maroon and plasma coated variations. The maroon Berkshire is available for sale separately. The plasma coat edition shifts colors between blue and maroon as your viewing angle changes. I'd be interested to see how that works. I mean, that's just kind of I don't think I've seen that before. But I did mention that I did really want to get the Polar Express Burke, but like I said, I can't do it right now. I just can't. I don't think I can do that along on top of ES44s and all that stuff. So I'm gonna have to wait until the next time we do the Polar Express. And I'd also want to get at least either 765 or 1225. So I can't swing two Burks at the same time, let alone one, if I'm also getting ES24s. So it'll have to be next time. But I do like the new observation car tooling. It looks much more movie accurate, along with being prototypical to the movie. I like how Lionel was able to combine the two in a satisfactory manner, along with offering a white tip roof with also with a standard one for those who may have collected the older ones in the past that don't have the snow covered roof. And you have your standard Lion Chief Polar Express set. These are not. This isn't 2.0, which I feel like to me is a slight disappointment. If it were me, I would have rather had a 2.0 Burke in the set, but it also makes the price point cheaper for those who just want a set to go around the tree and things like that. But you also have the 2.0 Burke here, as well as standard 2.0 Burke in the Polar Express, as well as a 20th entry. So wait a minute, back up. Does this have a 2.0? No, it's just standard Lion Chief. Okay. So you can get a 20th for anniversary 2.0 Burke or a standard one. So you also have the Amtrak mashup here and the TMCC speeder and the Doodle Bug. And you also have to play on the Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse hand car with the conductor and the hero boy in a couple of colors, box cars, and you have your standard redecorated scenery stuff for the Polar Express, some American Flyer stuff. And now we have the Hiawathas. So I kind of like this scheme. It's an interesting color combination, or a color placement rather, with the streamlining and the passenger cars. It's an interesting combination. And you have a 10 wheeler set here with a couple of milk cars and a RPO with the caboose and freight cars. Yeah, I kind of like this set. It's a interesting take on the Christmas set that isn't a passenger train. And you have your slightly scaled down, pun absolutely intended, by the way. Sleigh Bell Limited. This kind of complements last year's Sleigh Bell Limited for those who didn't quite want to spend that much money on a Christmas set, but still liked the paint scheme. You have 3 cars here to go along with 2 more cars down here, as well as a operating freight station. And you have a couple of more Christmas stuff here, some engines, some passenger cars, a TMC speeder, some box cars, some tunnels. And now we're getting into the buildings. You got a couple of Lionelville and stations and freight depots, power lock-ons, some light stuff. And this is new for Lionel. I really like that now they're including, hey, we still have these things in these numbers. And it's quite the expansive list here. I'm not going to go over everything because it's a lot, and you can kind of go through them for yourself. But I hope Lionel does more of this in the future because it tells people who may or may not visit their store as often as others, hey, we still have these. Contact dealers or contact Lionel directly if you're still interested in any of these. But I'm going to kind of keep going through them here. I'm sure the paperbacks won't have this because it makes it a close to 200, if not over 200 page catalog. More accessory stuff, and that should be it. Yeah, so phase three, stuff like that. We're getting close from what I understand, but I'm not going to try and put a date on it because I have no idea. Power stuff, track, track accessories, more still available stuff, getting into the American Flyer, still available. Come on. More American Flyer and custom run. Control system stuff, Lionel Club stuff. And yeah, that's it for the catalog this year. So, a lot of stuff in this catalog really lived up to the big book name this time around. Like I said earlier, really the only thing I'm interested in this time around are the ES44s. If I only had to get one thing out of this catalog, like I said earlier, it's that Central Georgia unit. I would like to get one or two companion normal ES44s to go with it. I might wait on these CSX ones to come in before I pull the trigger on that one. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this time around. Let me know what y'all guys are gonna order in the comments. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and now Facebook under the name Southern Eagle Lines. And yeah, just let me know what y'all are gonna get in the catalog. I'll be really interested to know. But that's gonna wrap it up for today, y'all. See y'all.